As part of our strategy series on our website, let's answer the question of how do I transition my strategy into execution? How do I transition what we came up with in terms of where we want to be at in 3 years to what my team is actually working on Tuesday? And the way that we go about doing that is we use what we call our Vision Transformer tool. So in your strategy document, you end up with a list of initiatives that are going to help you deliver on your vision. And typically, that list of initiatives is going to be quite long. So we have our buckets, as we went through in our buckets exercise. We have our buckets of area that we're focused on, and then within each area, we have the list of initiatives. And the list of initiatives may be between 5 and 20 initiatives. So there's a lot of stuff that gets defined that has to be done. And one thing that people struggle with is getting that done and getting their head around there's so many things and which do we do first and so on. And so we've created this Vision Transformer tool and in order to address that and allow you to be able to do that in an effective way. And what I want to talk about is specifically the priority column. Getting the prioritization right is the first step and is the absolute key step. So as I said, you have your buckets of area that you're focused on based on the buckets exercise. And I did up some mock initiatives for an example risk management bucket. Okay, so the initiatives are improve contractor management, update the contract language, incorporate risk management into property management, and so on. And I've come up with a few others as well. And the very first step that we want to do to be able to actually begin to execute on the strategy is to then say, what are the key priorities? So first we need to define some criteria for what's a high priority, a medium priority, and a low priority. And I've done that over here in a very simple way. I've said a 1 priority is a high priority, and that means that initiative has to begin this year. A 2 priority is it begins next year, and a 3 priority is it begins in 2015. And depending on your specific strategy, you're going to define your own criteria. You're going to define what a high priority is. Maybe it needs to start this quarter, as an example, or as I did, maybe it just needs to start this year, and so on. But we want to get that criteria defined, and then once we know that a 1 priority is a high priority is anything that's going to begin in 2013, we then want to look at the long list of initiatives and say, look, we can't do everything. We can't take it all on now. And it's important to keep in mind when we came up with this strategy, it's a strategy for the next 3 to 5 years. And so there's no expectation that you're going to do everything this year. So we want to go through and say, what are the key priorities that have to happen? And so we go through and say, no, improve contractor management. We're going through this as a team, and the team would say, no, Brad, that could probably wait until next year. We're going to make it a 2 priority. What about update the contract language? No, that's really important. We need to do that right away. The indemnification language isn't right, and we absolutely need to get that done. Okay. Incorporate risk management into property management. That's going to take really a long time. We've got a bunch of other things we need to focus on before we're able to do that, so let's make that a 3 priority. Develop a code of ethics. Now, we've said that is the basis for all of our risk management program, so we're going to make that a 1 priority, and then create the risk matrix and consequence criteria. Now, that's going to be a follow-on piece that we're going to do after we get some of this other stuff in place, and we're going to make that a 2 priority, as an example. And then the thing from there that we want to do with the team is just focus on the 1 priorities and everything else. So we would then shift the 1 priorities to the top and everything else filters down. And then we want to define action, timing, and accountability for the key priorities. And we're only going to define the action, timing, and accountability for the number 1 priorities. It doesn't make sense to go through the absolutely all of the initiatives and define action, timing, and accountability for something we're not even going to do for another 2 years, right? So we're just going to do that for the 1 priorities, and so we would literally define the milestones: milestone 1, milestone 2, milestone 3, and each milestone would include what is the specific action that has to happen, what is the timing, and what is the accountability to get that done, and we're only doing that for the 1 priorities. Again, it's our Vision Transformer tool that we use in order to translate strategy into execution. I'm Brad Pickering, President and Founder of Innovate Advisory. I thank you for watching, and I look forward to working with you.